Cumple tus objetivos con el inglés. Un año de inglés con el apoyo de los mejores tutores online. Apúntate en curso de inglés online TVE.com y por menos de €1 al día.
Hello. Question. How much money do you spend on food each week? How much money do you spend on food each week or every week? Ambos valen. Cada semana, todas las semanas. How much money? How much money? How much money? Money, money. Fijaos la pronunciación. Money, 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 money. Rima con gracioso. Funny. Funny como gracioso. Funny, funny. Practicar diciendo dinero gracioso 1000 veces. Funny money. Para no decir money. Lo mal pronunciáis mucho. Money. Funny money. Funny money. How much money? How much money? How much money? Money, money, money. How much money do you spend on? Gastar en cosas es spend on. Y la D de spend se enlaza con lo de on. Spend on. Spend on. How much money do you spend on food? Comida. Each week. How much money do you spend on English classes? Every year. How much money do you spend on gasoline each month? How much money do you spend on food?
Hello and welcome to class 104. We're going to look at the sentence, how much money do you spend on food each week? ¿Cuánto dinero gastas en comida cada semana? Y ahora vamos a centrarnos en la primera parte, how much money. We never say how many money. It's how much. ¿Y por qué? Porque es incontable. It's an uncountable noun, money. We can't count it. It's money, 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 an idea of dinero. So, how much money? If we were talking about coins, monedas, we could say how many coins. But we're talking about money, so it's how much. Now, let's see. How much money does it cost to buy a house in the countryside? ¿Cuánto dinero cuesta comprar una casa en el campo? How much money do you have in your pocket? ¿Cuánto dinero tienes en tu bolsillo? And how many coins? ¿Cuántas monedas? That's the difference. How much and how many. Now, H aspirada. How, not how much. How much. That's it. Perfect. Well done.
Yo, 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 it's me, your favorite DJ live for you. Y mira, acaban de pagarme por mi último disco. Pero me pregunto, ¿cuánto dinero me han pagado? How much money? How much money? €6! That's terrible! Da igual, ¿a quién le importa cuánto dinero tengo? I have a new rhythm. How much money? How much money? That's how we say cuánto dinero. How much money? You know, how many money, okay? It's how much money. Así, how much money? All together, how much money? How much money? How much money? How much money? Lo voy a mezclar más. How much money do I have? How much money do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. How much money do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4.
In this second part, we're going to look at do you spend on food? Ya hemos visto how much money, la pregunta para cosas incontables. ¿Cuánto? How much money. Y ahora, do you spend on food? El verbo auxiliar, do you. Y ahora, spend, gastar. La preposición es spend on, not spend in, spend on. So, how much money do you spend on your hair? ¿Cuánto dinero gastas en tu pelo? It's interesting because the verb gastar en inglés puede ser o to spend o to waste. Waste es negativo. Waste. I waste a lot of money on chocolate. I waste. Pero spend es neutral. I spend money on my hair, my clothes, my shopping. I spend money on, la preposición. Y ahora la palabra del día, the word of the day, light bulbs, bombillas, light bulbs. How many, porque es contable, how many light bulbs do you have in your house? How many light bulbs do you have in your house? How much money do you spend on light bulbs? ¿Cuánto dinero gastas en bombillas? How much money do you spend on light bulbs?
Hi, it's Mr. Strong again, and say hello to these. Mwah! Mwah! Okay, well, to be strong, you have to buy the right food. Yeah, tienes que comprar la comida adecuada. So, do you spend your money on good food? On healthy food? Comida saludable? Now, cuidado, no he dicho to spend money in. No, es un error muy común. We spend money on. I spend money on eggs. I spend money on meat. I spend money on vegetables. To spend money on. Repítelo 1000 veces porque he oído I spend money in 1000 veces. Así que, cuidado, nunca se dice to spend money in, sería to spend money on. Do you spend money on oranges and other fruits? Do you spend money on meat and protein? How much money do you spend on meat? How much money do you spend on carbohydrates? I spend very little money on carbohydrates, and I spend a lot of money on meat.
And now for the third part. Each week. Each week. Cada semana. Puede ser o each o every. Son parecidos, pero hay diferencias. Usamos every, se puede usar también con un adverbio. Every, almost every, nearly every. Pero no se puede decir almost each o nearly each. So, it's every or each, pero en este caso usamos each. Each también es solo cuando hay dos cosas. So, there were 2 students, había 2 alumnos, y each one had a pen. Y cada uno tenía un bolígrafo. No se puede decir everyone had a pen. Eso es todo el mundo. Es each one cuando hay 2. Eso es la pequeña diferencia. Pero bueno, ahora vamos a ver la frase entera. How much money, ¿cuánto dinero? Incontable. How much money, not how many. How many light bulbs? Sí, bombillas, sí, how many. Pero much es incontable. Money es incontable, es how much. How much money do you spend on food? Spend, preposición on. Spend, no, spend on food each week, cada semana. Puede ser o every week o each, pero aquí each. Muy bien.
Chicos, sospecho que mi Mr. Strong está perdiendo el interés en mí. Voy a tener que hacer más ejercicio. Voy a hacer como 10 horas de ejercicio cada semana. Each week. Each week. Each week. ¿Ves? Facilísimo. Easy peasy. Otra vez. Okay? Each week. Pues, escucha, no lo digo por el esfuerzo ese y, ¿ok? Lo digo por la pronunciación. Each week. Dilo conmigo. Venga. Each week. Good. Pues, vamos a ir de vacaciones cada año. Each year. Y una escapada cada mes. Each month. Each month. Facilísimo. Easy peasy.
Hi. Menos mal. I'm glad I had enough money to pay for a taxi. Yeah, I was stranded. Estaba perdido en un sitio desconocido. Pero menos mal que tuviera dinero suficiente para pagar un taxi. I'm glad. Me alegro. I'm glad I had. En español dirías, me alegro de haber tenido. O en inglés, me alegro de que tuve. I'm glad I had. I'm glad I had enough money to pay for. En español dirías pagar un taxi. No, pagar por un taxi en inglés. I'm glad I had enough money to pay for a taxi. Wow. If I hadn't had enough money to pay for a taxi, I would have been in a difficult situation. But, menos mal, it's a good thing. Thank God, it's a good thing I had enough money. And I'm glad I had enough money to pay for a taxi.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a new day and a new class with me. I hope you're ready. Okay, I'm glad I had enough money to pay for a taxi. Significa, menos mal que tenía suficiente dinero para pagar un taxi. So, la expresión I'm glad I, right? Significa menos mal que yo, ¿ok? Normalmente to be glad significa alegrarse. Me alegro de que, me alegro y tal, que ya vimos en otra clase. Pero aquí también a veces puede significar menos mal, ¿ok? Menos mal. Entonces, menos mal tenía suficiente dinero. Uy, I'm glad I had enough money. Más ejemplos. I'm glad I have an umbrella. It's pouring. Ok, menos mal que tengo paraguas porque ahora está lloviendo a cántaros. It's pouring. Más ejemplos. I'm glad I know the address because it's late. Menos mal que sé la dirección porque ya es tarde. So again, I'm glad I, okay? I'm glad I locked the door. Menos mal que cerré con llave la puerta. I'm glad I locked the door. So repeat, I'm glad I. Significa menos mal que yo, etc.
Hi, it's Frank, the security guard. I'm glad to tell you that everything's okay. We had a situation yesterday, a very serious situation, and I caught a criminal. I caught him here at the park. But I'll be glad to tell you, or I am glad to tell you, in fact, that you're okay now. You're safe. That's right. I'm glad to report that you're safe because I caught the criminal. Yeah, that's right. I caught him. Glad. Look at that. Hasta sonrío a la hora de decir la palabra. Glad. I'm glad. No es glad. Glad. Se abre la boca. I'm glad you are enjoying the park. I'm glad that you are safe now. I'm glad. Repítelo conmigo. I'm glad. What are you glad about? I'm glad that we caught that criminal. I'm glad you can enjoy the park with your kids now. I'm glad that there's order in the park again. That's right, and I'm glad to report that I will catch all criminals. I'm glad, and I'm glad if you're glad. Let's be glad together. Isn't it a beautiful park?
Okay, welcome again to the second part of our lesson. But let's repeat the sentence. I'm glad I had enough money to pay for a taxi. Menos mal que tenía suficiente dinero para pagar un taxi. So when we say el verbo to have en el pasado, ¿cómo se dice? Muy bien, had. Had, con D al final. Had, ¿ok? Es otro verbo irregular en el pasado simple. So, I had enough money. Yo tenía suficiente dinero. Y ojo aquí, para decir suficiente más sustantivo, metemos enough antes del sustantivo. Enough money. Más ejemplos con el verbo to have en pasado y la estructura enough. For example, I had enough time. Yo tenía suficiente tiempo. He had enough materials. Él tenía suficiente materiales. We had enough students. Teníamos suficientes alumnos. So repeat. We had. I had. They had. You had. Más enough, más sustantivo. I had enough time.
Okay, so keep practicing.
Do you know Steve? Well, he is not a good customer. He only ever buys chewing gum. That's right, that's all he ever buys. Yesterday, he came into the shop and I said, "Do you want to buy some books?" And he had enough money, but he didn't buy them. He told me he didn't like to read, but he had enough money to buy them. So then I thought, why doesn't he buy a tennis racket? So I said, "Do you want to buy a tennis racket?" And he had enough money to buy it, but he didn't buy it. I couldn't believe it. He had enough money. Dilo conmigo en casa. He had enough money. That's right. He had enough money, but he didn't buy it. So then I thought, what does everybody need? A toothbrush with interchangeable heads. Everybody needs to clean their teeth, so I told him to buy it. And he had enough money, but he didn't buy it. He only ever buys chewing gum.
Okay, welcome back. Ya llegamos al final de la lección. I'm glad I had enough money to pay for a taxi. Menos mal que tenía suficiente dinero para pagar un taxi. Now, ojo, en Spanish, en castellano, decimos para pagar. En inglés no decimos for, ni for pay, ni for paying, nada de eso. Simplemente usamos el infinitivo, to pay. ¿Ok? Estoy aquí para enseñarte. I'm here to teach you. Estás ahí para aprender. You're here, you're there to learn. ¿Ok? So to pay for, y cuando pagamos algo decimos to pay for something. Y la palabra del día, muy importante, es migraña. ¿Sabes decirlo en inglés? Migraine. Ok, muy bien. Migraine. Migraine, una palabra. Ok, migraña. So repeat. I'm glad I had enough money to pay for a taxi. So, to pay for, para pagar. To pay for. Y cuando pagas algo, hay que meter esa preposición for. Ok? So, to pay for a taxi. So, keep practicing and I'll see you in our next class. Ok? Bye.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so tired and I don't want to get the bus home. I think I'll just pay for a taxi. I mean, it's late. I don't want to get the bus. I'll just pay for a taxi. Eso decimos, I'll pay for a taxi. I'll pay a taxi? No, I'll pay for a taxi. Repeat with me. Good. Do you ever feel too lazy to get the bus and you pay for a taxi? Yes, me too sometimes. Okay, I'll just pay for a taxi. I'll pay for a taxi in cash. Oh, I don't have any cash. I know, I'll pay for a taxi by card. Oh, I don't have my card. I know, I'll pay for the taxi with my husband's card because I'm really tired and I want to get a taxi, but he has to pay for the taxi. He's used to it. Quite often I come shopping, I get very tired, and I have to pay for a taxi to go home. Well, he has to pay for a taxi to go home. Oh, there's a taxi. I have to go because I'm up early tomorrow to shop, shop, shop.
Clumsy, torpe, torpeza, física, no mental, eh? I'm so clumsy. Qué torpe soy. I'm so clumsy. Yesterday I dropped 3 plates. I broke 3 plates. Why? Because I dropped them. I lost control of them and I dropped 3 plates. I'm so clumsy. And the day before yesterday, I knocked over 2 chairs. To knock over. To knock over is accidentally, boom. I knocked over 2 chairs. I'm going to knock over the guitar. Watch. I'm going to knock over the guitar. Adrede. On purpose. You see, I knocked over the guitar. I'm not clumsy. But yesterday I was clumsy and I dropped 3 plates. And the day before yesterday I was even clumsier. I knocked over 2 chairs. Accidentally, not on purpose. I'm so clumsy. Hello again. It's nice to be... Excuse me. Hello. I'm so clumsy. Qué torpe soy. Soy tan torpe. Clumsy. When you constantly drop things or constantly knock things over, you're constantly falling, tripping, tropezando, you're very clumsy. Clumsy. Escrito clumsy. Y aquí la frase es, I'm so clumsy. Yesterday I dropped 3 plates, and today I've knocked over 2 chairs. Yeah. Se me cayeron 3 platos ayer, y hoy he tumbado sin querer a 2 sillas. He dado a 2 sillas y se han caído. I knocked over 2 chairs. I'm so clumsy. I'm so clumsy. Are you clumsy? Really? I don't think I'm clumsy. But some people are. Some people are very clumsy. A clumsy person. Yeah, are you clumsy? Yes, I'm so clumsy. Yesterday I dropped. Yesterday I dropped 3 plates. And today I've knocked over 2 chairs. Yeah, I've knocked over. He tirado dos sillas. Sin querer. I knocked over 2 chairs.
There's a lot of things that I can't stand, but the one thing that I cannot stand the most is when people are clumsy. Clumsy people. I can't stand them. Patoso, torpe, clumsy. Dilo conmigo. Clumsy. Y cuidado, que no decimos clumsy, it's clumsy. Can you stand clumsy people? I can't stand clumsy people. And George is the worst. Yesterday in the kitchen, he was so clumsy. He put shampoo in the salmorejo. So clumsy. And then the day before that, he fell in the swimming pool when he was cleaning it. So clumsy. He scared all the guests. Let's see what's happening. George, again, surprise, surprise. Clumsy George. What did he do now? Being clumsy again, he hurt his knee. He fell in reception and hurt his knee. I mean, really, George is so clumsy. I just cannot stand it.
I'm so clumsy. Yesterday I dropped 3 plates, and today I've knocked over 2 chairs. Al decir today, uso el presente perfecto. Today porque today es un periodo de tiempo todavía vigente. Puedo tumbar más sillas todavía si soy muy clumsy. I'm so clumsy. Yesterday I dropped. Se me cayeron 3 platos. Claro, decimos I dropped. Dejé caer. Aceptamos en inglés la responsabilidad. La responsabilidad no es de los platos. Yesterday I dropped 3 plates. And today I've knocked over 2 chairs. Okay, yesterday I dropped 3 plates. Word of the day, látigo, fusta. Yeah, whip. W-H-I-P, whip, whip. El látigo estilo Indiana Jones se dice bullwhip. Yeah, this is a látigo largo. I have 2 bullwhips, a whip, and I use whips on students who don't study. A whip, to whip, the horse, con la fusta, to whip. So a whip is un látigo, a whip. W-H-I-P.
I am so clumsy. Yeah, I know, I am very clumsy. Shh, don't tell anybody, but I'm very clumsy. I'm always dropping things. Yeah, today, just this morning, I dropped a cup of coffee, I dropped a cup of tea, and I dropped a soda. Yeah, seriously, that's clumsy. Dropping 3 different things on 3 different people in one day? Shh, don't tell my boss that. I cleaned it up. Yeah, but I'm always dropping things. Now, cuidado, no decimos throwing things. Siempre estoy tirando las cosas. Porque tirando es más, when we say throw en inglés, estamos hablando más, bueno, lo haces aposta, if you throw something. Pero drop is, I'm dropping something. I dropped something. Cuidado con la pronunciación también, no es drop it. Dropped. Pronúncialo en casa. Drop con T al final. Dropped. Dropped. I dropped 3 different fluids today. I dropped a cup of coffee, I dropped a cup of tea, and I dropped a soda. Yeah, I know I'm clumsy, but as I said, please, don't tell my boss. I will try not to drop anything else. Yeah, I'll pay more attention, I promise. But please don't tell my boss I dropped 3 drinks.
Hi. Yes, I'm so clumsy. Soy tan torpe. I'm so clumsy. Yesterday I dropped. Yesterday I dropped 3 plates. And today I've knocked over 2 chairs. Yeah. See that? I'm going to knock it over. Watch. I knocked it over. I can see. Knocked it over. See this? This is a folder. I'm going to knock it over. Yeah, I'm going to knock it over. Are you ready? Redoble. Ready? Watch. Toma. Aren't you impressed? I knocked it over. I have knocked over 2 objects in only 1 class. That's a world record, to knock things over. And yesterday I dropped 3 plates. And today I've knocked over 2 chairs, a pin cap, and a folder. I have knocked over. I've knocked over 4 objects, 2 chairs, and 2 objects on this table.
Oh, hello there! Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so clumsy today. What's wrong with me? I'm so clumsy. Es decir, torpe. Today alone, I've knocked over 2 chairs. I knocked over a chair in a guest bedroom, and I knocked tea all over myself. I don't know what's wrong with me. Do you understand? To knock something over, hacer caer o derribar, okay? To knock something over. For example, I knocked it over. But I knocked over it. Oh, no. I knocked it over. I don't know what's wrong with me. This morning, I knocked over some flowers in the lobby, and I knocked over Harriet's coffee as well. Maybe it's because I haven't been wearing my glasses. That's it for sure. But I need to clean them so that I stop knocking things over. Just a minute now. What's wrong with me? I keep knocking things over today. That's it. I'm just going to go home, I think.
Cumple tus objetivos con el inglés. Un año de inglés con el apoyo de los mejores tutores online. Apúntate en curso de inglés online TVE.com. Y por menos de €1 al día.